tension grips St. Elizabeth as the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDICOM, launches a probe into yet another fatal police shooting, this time claiming the life of Jamar Teapot Stevens. The deadly encounter unfolded around midday on Wednesday when law enforcement officers descended on a premises in the Luana housing scheme as part of an ongoing operation. What happened next remains shrouded in controversy. According to police reports, a confrontation erupted, forcing officers to open fire. When the gunfire ceased, Stevens lay wounded. He was rushed to the Black River Hospital, but the fight for his life was already lost. He was pronounced dead on arrival. Amid the bloodshed, authorities say they recovered a black Armscor revolver loaded with 3 rounds of ammunition at the scene. As the community grapples with the deadly outcome, questions loom. Was this a justified use of force or another troubling case of excessive policing? INDICOM's investigation will seek to uncover the truth.
The country has recorded a 13% decline in murders since the start of the year, when compared to the corresponding period in 2024. The data was provided at the weekly post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday. In giving the update, Minister of Information, Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, says Jamaica continues to experience a downward trend in murders and serious crimes.
Jamaica's homicide figures since the start of this year show that the country is below its 2024 weekly average, as the murder toll now stands at 73. This is the lowest number of murders to start the year in recent times.
Still, the Information Minister says, while the decline is a big feat, 73 murders is still too high, and the downward trend needs to continue. Minister Morris-Dixon asserts that the country's security apparatus is in a better position to see this done, even as she urges Jamaicans to play their part in reducing the country's crime figures.
The Police High Command has publicly said that it wants to keep the murder statistics under 1,000 in 2025. And all of Jamaica, we have to work together to ensure that we're able to meet that target and each year keep bringing that number down. And we believe that that is possible because as at February 1, all other areas of serious crimes, including shootings, injured persons, rape, robbery, and break-ins, have declined.
After nearly a decade of fiscal restructuring, Jamaica is set to achieve a debt-to-gross domestic product GDP ratio of under 70% by the end of the 2024-2025 fiscal year, March 31. Minister of Finance and the Public Service Favour Williams shared this update during a recent virtual discussion with members of the diaspora titled, Let's Connect with Ambassador Marks.
We have managed as a country to reduce our debt to GDP from the highs it got to 147%. Now we're expected to close this fiscal year at the end of March 2025 at below 70%. So coming from 147 or so to 70 in less than a decade is a remarkable achievement.
Jamaica's transition from debt restructuring to fiscal stability has positioned the country as an attractive destination for investment. Minister Williams emphasizes that international institutions have taken notice of Jamaica's progress.
International institutions have looked on Jamaica. They've looked at our debt reduction, our tax reform, our monetary stability, and they have publicly given us passing grades. And as a matter of fact, talking about passing grades, it was only last year that the rating agencies in the United States, after doing their analysis on Jamaica, raised their ratings on us. And we are just below investment grade rating. And of course, you know, we have our sights on investment grade rating.
The government is ramping up efforts to strengthen the aquaculture industry with a significant investment of over $128,000 in the Ebony Park Heart Academy. The investment, which includes state-of-the-art equipment, aims to enhance both training and production capabilities, ultimately developing a skilled workforce for the sector. The donated equipment includes scene nets, solar lights, mobile water pumps, digital scales, oxygen scales, refractometers, fish baskets, freshwater kits, cast nets, weed whackers, security cameras, and drones. 3 2.4-acre freshwater fish ponds will also undergo renovation. Minister of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, Floyd Green, says transforming the teaching and learning experience at the Ebony Park Heart Academy will not only strengthen the aquaculture sector, but also boost the rural economy.
Through the support that we're providing directly to Ebony Park, we will be able to train our young people and have them emerge with level 2 and level 3 certificates in freshwater fish farming. Our students are also, as a part of their program, going to be working directly with fish farmers who are already operating in nearby communities.
The Fisheries Minister was speaking at the handover ceremony held at the institution in Tollgate, Clarendon recently. Managing Director of the Heart NSTA Trust, Dr. Tanisha Ingleton, expressed her gratitude for the support, pointing out that the institution has already benefited from over $10 million in infrastructural upgrades.
This investment will help to strengthen our aquaculture training and production capabilities, including enhanced practical training.
The freshwater fish farming project is supported by the World Bank, Planning Institute of Jamaica, and the University of Technology, among other partners. 54 female small business owners who were impacted by Hurricane Beryl last year have received small grants and inputs from the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, as part of its support to the government's recovery program. The closing ceremony for the project was held last Friday. Under the intervention, beneficiaries from the parishes of Clarendon, Manchester and St. Elizabeth received chickens, feed, irrigation and other farm supplies. They were also provided training in disaster risk resilience, improving mental and physical health, and business and financial literacy to help improve their operations and navigate future shocks. The support was provided in partnership with the Bureau of Gender Affairs and the Jamaica Network of Rural Women Producers. Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport, Darrell Vaz, has reiterated that Jamaica currently has no formal policy on artificial intelligence. However, recommendations from the Artificial Intelligence Task Force have been submitted to Cabinet to help shape a framework in the short term. Minister Vaz made the statement in Parliament on Tuesday while responding to questions from opposition spokesman Philip Paulwell. He also clarified that AI-related matters do not fall directly within his ministry's remit.
I'm aware that recommendations from the Artificial Intelligence Task Force were shared with Cabinet, and these recommendations are intended to inform artificial intelligence policy in the short term. Consequently, in keeping with the consultation code, once the policy is at a stage for consultation, it will be shared.
The AI Task Force was established in July 2023 to conduct research into the technology. It was tasked with identifying effective strategies to mitigate risks posed by AI and deepfakes while exploring opportunities for its safe and beneficial use. And finally, the Child Diversion Branch in the Ministry of Justice's Social Justice Division is inviting persons who are interested in volunteering as mentors in its Child Diversion Program to submit their applications. The program targets children aged 12 to 17 who come into conflict with the law, providing rehabilitative services to divert them from criminal judicial proceedings. Mentors have to be upstanding citizens, 18 years or older, who are able to commit to volunteering for at least a year. Applications to become a mentor can be done via the Ministry of Justice website or by visiting any parish office across the island.
They will do a small interview so we can be sure that the program that you are coming into, you understand what it entails, and you are suited for the children in the program. We also provide training for the mentors as well, so they are able to understand the requirements of mentorship.
A routine school day took a startling turn when 4 toy guns were confiscated at a corporate area primary school on Wednesday, raising serious concerns among law enforcement. Superintendent Damian Manderson, head of the St. Andrew South Police Division, has sounded the alarm on the growing presence of these imitation firearms in schools, calling it a disturbing trend. Speaking with the press, Manderson revealed that this is not an isolated incident. Police have been encountering toy guns in schools across the corporate area. He added that urgent plans are in motion to tackle the issue before it spirals out of control. Wednesday's incident prompted a swift police response. Officers were summoned to the school, where they confiscated the toy guns and engaged with the students involved. Those found in possession of the items were spoken to and received counseling, particularly on the dangers of bullying. In an unexpected twist, the press has learned that sex toys were also among the seized items. However, when pressed on the matter, Manderson remained tight-lipped, stating that he could not comment on that aspect of the investigation. Meanwhile, a senior officer has been assigned to probe the matter further, and a detailed report is expected soon. The unsettling discovery has left parents, educators, and law enforcement grappling with pressing questions. How did these items make their way into the school? And more importantly, what can be done to prevent a recurrence?
Born into the heartbeat of reggae on April 20, 1972, Stephen Robert Nesta Marley was destined for greatness. As the son of the immortal Bob Marley and Rita Marley, music was not just a calling, it was in his blood. From the streets of Kingston, Jamaica, to the vibrant energy of Miami, Stephen grew up surrounded by the rhythms and revolution of his father's legacy. But he was never content to merely stand in Bob Marley's shadow. With raw talent and an unshakable vision, Stephen helped shape the sound of Ziggy Marley and the Melody Makers, proving early on that he was more than just a name. He was a force. When he stepped into the solo spotlight, he dominated the reggae world, winning multiple Grammy Awards for albums like Mind Control and Revelation Part 1, The Root of Life. A masterful producer, singer, and songwriter, Stephen's music pulses with the spirit of his father while pushing reggae into uncharted territories. Collaborating with artists like Nas, Erykah Badu, and Damian Marley, he fuses reggae with hip-hop, soul, and R&B, proving time and time again that he is an innovator, not an imitator. Today, Stephen Marley stands as a titan of reggae, carrying the weight of a dynasty on his shoulders while forging his own legendary path, one beat, one verse, and one revolution at a time.